Here's everything that I use while I paint. Okay, let's start off strong. First and foremost, I need my apron. So let's go through what is in my apron, okay? I have a whole bunch of pencils. And yes, I use all of them for different purposes depending on the stage of the painting that I'm in. So let's start off with what I consider to be essentials for my canvas work. Here we go. My 5B pencil from Staedtler, my Prismacolor 6B. These are two HHB and 2B pencils from Staedtler, okay? And of course, I can't do any of my pencil work if I don't have a sharpener, so I keep a sharpener on hand in my apron, in addition to my two favorite erasers, which is the Prismacolor Magic Rub and, of course, my Blix Kneaded Eraser. These are a must depending on where I am in my painting or canvas prep work. Of course, a kneaded eraser is a must, even if I don't have my Magic Rub. And then, of course, I need to have my magic towel, okay, and my brush cleaner, of course, and obviously a chapstick on hand. So that now that that's out of the way, let me show you some of my favorite brushes that I use in addition to my favorite paint palette. Is this one I will vouch for any single day. Okay, this is just, look at the convenience, look at the ease. Okay, I love this. I love this so much. All right, and this is what I was able to create with this beauty right here. And in addition to that, I need my two favorite jars. Okay, one is for dirty water and one is for clean water. And that is why I also have my brush cleaner on hand, just in case it doesn't get off everything when I'm painting. All right. So now, what are some of my favorite brushes and techniques? Let me show you. I have this big brush right here. I believe this came in a giant Artist Loft set. So I use this to create some awesome textures and dry brush techniques. Look at that flat brush right there. All right. And then obviously I also have some of my favorite round brushes right here that I use. Some of them are fairly new and haven't been used, and then some of them have dried out and have paint on them that I use for, again, dry brush techniques, creating awesome textures just like that. And then of course I also have my two favorite brushes right here, my two favorite filbert brushes that create these awesome textures and line work like that right there. So if you guys like Hoops of Fire, Hoops of Fury, then you should definitely purchase it. All right. And of course, that's not all. I also have my favorite palette knife that I use in case I need to create some awesome textures while I'm using modeling or texture paste. And that leads me to telling you guys about my awesome travel brushes. Yes, these are for travel that I think they'd be great for travel. It has a great range of brushes, two large brushes, a palette knife, and of course, a fan brush. It's got a round brush, a flat brush, a filbert brush, a fan brush, and a couple detail brushes. But because I'm not satisfied with brushes, I also have this awesome set right here that go into even greater detail. Like, let me show you here. Oh my god, I need all of them, because when I'm working on something like this right here, obviously I just started this, but when I'm getting into the details of something like this, I need great detail work in that. So I need something like this right there. Look at that. That's beautiful. This is gonna get the job done. Oh, like that. Well, not really. This is gonna take time. It's gonna be a time-consuming process, but yeah, no. And then of course I need my tea mug. And let's see, I also love my stippling brushes. Yes, I use these in my work as well. So look at this. I have these right here that I use for creating stipples. Ooh, my bindy's coming off. I don't like that. Oopsie. Well, I guess we're just gonna deal with that. No, I'll put that over here. All right. And then I also I also have these awesome makeup brushes that I use to create soft like cloud softness if effects. Even this one right here. These I use when I'm using my Tim Holtz distress inks, which I don't have to show you guys right now, but I love using it for that. Okay, so like right over here, you guys can see that I used my distressings. This is the newest one in my collection right here. These are all the like a dreamy effects. So I use those brushes for that. In addition to that, I also have my favorite fan brush that has broken, but hey, that's okay. And more more so, I also have these awesome tiny wooden sticks that I use as well to mix paint if I'm trying to create like splatter effects, like spill effects and things like that. These come in handy for that. These also come in handy if I'm trying to create any sort of texture work. Um, as well as these ladles right here that I use for that. You know, sometimes if I feel like it, I'll play some Gaga. All right. Yeah, that's those are my brushes, and I hope you found this helpful. And I'll see you guys. And by the way, that's up for sale if you want it. Well, that's not done yet, but it is up for sale when it will be done. So is that cat right there. And of course, you guys know this is up for sale. So message me. You guys have my contact information. Okay.